looking around my women's chime things, my chimes. But this chair isn't very comfortable. But yes, I'm going to wait a few minutes for people to come in. I've got some cards to pull as we talk. I've just been sorting some pots out of little bits and bobs to do with other things that I'm doing. I was just waiting to see if anyone comes in. Might be too early, I don't know. I've just been on a walk this morning. Other people might be doing that, getting out in the fresh air. I've been making some lovely bits and bobs up. All to do with something that I'm launching this year. Properly this time. And it's really funny because one of my accounts has been taken down off Instagram yet again. I had a few, but one of them, my newest one, has been taken down. So that's been quite funny. We know why. That's the thing I want to talk about. Actually, why I'm sat here waiting, I'm going to make some little notes. Note taking. Some people see it as, I don't know, evil or something. It's just really strange. But yes, because there's some points I want to bring up and why they're just popping into my head now. I'm going to write them down. So we've got, let me see, well, we've got lots going on in the world right now. I'm going to put that up because, and I put in the truth and why people can't see. High different places and why people can't see. See, though they will. I've got something on when people, because someone brought this up the other day and I just wanted to raise awareness with why people get took off certain platforms. So platform, what shall I call it? Platform takedowns, I'll just call it, it'll just jog my memory. Energies and the planets. I've got one here I want to talk about that some people freak out about. Yeah, I'm just going to waffle on basically as well. Do you manage to watch that Trump interview? I don't know which interview. I've not been watching a lot of stuff even with what he's saying because I'm quite busy with the job that I'm doing now and a job that I do that I'm trying to put together to here for myself for a business. But I love everything he says because if you're new to my channel, and there's been a lot of people who are new to my channel, so hello if you are. We know what I think about that man. He is fantastic. He is tremendous Trump, and he's brilliant at what he does, and he will return. I will put that in chat about. Let's say this is going to trigger people because I'm only having a laugh. The return of the king. Just let's say, I've got Trump's return. And now that's played out with a certain letter, number 17. And oh yeah, that's just jogged my memory. I'll ring number 17 because number 17 has been everywhere for weeks and months. And Lois I speak to, we've been talking about, we see it everywhere. It's been really funny with the synchronicities of that number recently. It has been bonkers. And I mean bonkers. And I'll tell you what that significant meaning is to me. Might not be to you guys, but I can see what it is with me. So yeah, the lads who interviewed him brought him a president. What one of the lads couldn't talk because he was starstruck. Well, yeah, so I'll just give it a bit of time. I can see 8 people in, so if you're in, come and say hi, maybe tell me where you're from. Hi Ricardo. Ricardo, you've just jogged my memory as well. I got, I'll put convos that I've had this week. So I've had, and what was the other one? Right, convos that I want to bring up as well. And I might as well say one of them. So one of them was, because Ricardo knows who they are, Ricardo. Rich got hold of me late last night before I was going to bed, and he lives in Tenerife, so, you know, and, no, it's all right, you're not throwing me off, and, yeah, it might be buffering, it's not on my side, and if you don't know who he is, 007, when we used to do the really, I hate saying woke, because I'd rather say awake, so if they come back, I'd rather change that name, because that's the other side is woke of the ones that think they're woke, but they're not, if you get what I'm saying, you'll know what I mean, and I think they've been having a discussion that they might bring it back and do some more interviews. and would like me to come on and talk about some things that I've been going through. And I thought that'd be brilliant to catch up with them guys and what they've been doing, like when we used to do the interviews all together. And we've not caught up with each other for ages because we've all been doing our own thing and life, you know. Hi Sandy, good morning from Vancouver, Canada. Whoop whoop, go truckers, go truckers, go truckers, go truckers. Sending the message out there to the world, and lots of people around the world are doing the domino effect, trucking it, talking about it. This will probably all come up in the chat because I'm going to speak. It'll probably cover everything. Oh yes, go Canada. Yeah, brilliant. It's funny because it was mentioned in the series Taboo with Tom Hardy in it, which I only came across last night, and it was brilliant. It was all about the secret societies. As we know, they put it in our faces, but I do believe there's films and series that are trying to help people remember, and those that try and subliminate messages in things. But it was really good. I really enjoyed it because it was about good people going against the shite asses. That's what I like to call them. So yeah, Canada, go Canada. So good afternoon from Cardiff. Oh, good afternoon from Cardiff. If you're new, hi everybody. So some might be coming in not knowing what I'm talking about. I haven't got a clue. So if you don't know me, I talk about a lot of different things because everything's multi-layered, multi-dimensional. We live in a realm where it's not just the physical, because we're a spiritual being having a physical experience. There's many different things going on around us. Doesn't mean because you can't see it, it's not happening. We've got the illusion of the world right now that's going on out there with the war. I will be talking about that like I talked on it the other day because that's a bit of an illusion. It's not saying things aren't happening. This is where people get very confused. So I will be talking about that again because they get very irate and think you're saying that people aren't getting hurt, this, that, and the other. No, we're not saying that. We're saying it's an illusion of the truth is twisted. And I've just had a conversation with someone that I'm going to bring up in a minute about that because the people's mindsets are just up the bleeding wall. So yes. Still, well, I've got grey hairs. Look, there's my grey hairs. Yeah, 45. So, stress is a big factor, you know. If you're not stressing about stuff and going into fear, you won't age as fast, but could be the lighting. Anyway, let's get into it. So, I don't know what to start with first. We will start with what's going on in the news right now. Now, we all know what's going on, and I just want to put out there for the people who don't get it. People put up about people who get banned, and I just want to mention this because someone mentioned it, and I need to explain to people. When people get banned, I've been banned quite a few times, and I've just had my new Instagram page took down. It's not because they're taking the people down who are lying and causing trouble. It's because the truth is being put out and they don't want people putting the truth out. So the people who are being taken down, that's why a lot of people have moved to Telegraph, is it Telegram? Or what are all the other platforms they've gone to? Rumble, all that. It's because they're telling the truth or they're reporting on things that the news are not reporting on and they don't want it coming out to the people. Think about it, it's quite logical. It's not because we're lying, it's because they don't want the truth coming out. So a lot of people get removed. And then people say, well, why do people talk in code? Like we'll go this, jibby jab or something like that. It's because the algorithms and the 17 in the house, that number is following me everywhere. It's brilliant. It's because the algorithms will pick up on what you're saying. And if they pick up on what you're saying, so say you're talking about the jabs, they want to know, pick up on what you're saying. So say you're talking about the jabs, they want to know if you're talking good or bad on it. If you're talking well of it, you will stay on, believe me. If you're not talking well of it, saying that, you know, it's not good for you, and you're going against the narrative of the mainstream media news, they normally take your videos down with some cock and bull stick shit story of why they've deleted that video or this, that and the other. That's how it works. How do I know? Because I've done it. And that's what they do. And that's why people talk in code on YouTube and other places, because they don't want to get picked up on, or, you know, it might be in the title or something like that. So understand that, because that is a real thing that's going on, because this is a war on the people. The war that they're reporting on now, we've been in a war since time dot. So talking about the war, I don't need to mention a lot, in case they pick up on me, but at the end of the day, we know what's going on. It's not one-sided, it's not from Russia, and how stupid it gets is, as soon as they say Russia, people are breaking friends with connections they may have had with Russia, with Russian people, businesses and everything. It's pathetic. It's called division. And I've just had a conversation with someone, which my brain just nearly exploded, because I said, the mainstream media are not telling the news. We've got 17 and 7, my favourite numbers, so there's a validation right there. The mainstream media are not telling the truth on it. It's twisted. And this person said, I'm not bothered about who it is. It doesn't matter whose side it is. It's just people are getting hurt. I'm like, it does matter what side it is. As in, I don't mean taking sides. Who's doing what? Because if the news, for example, are blaming another country like they are, when it's not truly them, and it's actually the country they're going on about from their own people, it's causing division with the country that they're blaming it on. Yes, it's all to do with NATO, that they're blaming it on, and people are cutting off to them and their businesses. So yes, it does matter, because it's division. And why would it not matter that people want to know the truth? You need to know the truth. So it does matter, because if you're lying about somebody or a country, saying that somebody's doing something, God, I have this all the time, people are going to believe that and go against that country when it's not that country. That truth needs to come out. Thank you. Oh, hi, King. Because it does matter. And this person's like, well, it doesn't matter whose side it is. Yes, it does. Because you're getting everyone around the world to jump on it like they are on TikTok and everything, and make it look like we've all got to go against that side. We're all together in this. Their side are doing it to themselves as well. It's what people don't understand. And there's lots of videos showing that, if you look. So it does matter. It's not about taking sides, but as we know, they do the division. They're dividing the world right now, because the world are believing the news and believing it's one-sided, it's only from Russia, when we know damn well it isn't. The Ukraine are killing their own. Research that. People in the Ukraine are reporting on this. People are not looking at videos properly. And saying that, I got a phone call off someone that said, oh my God, I can't believe it. They've not always gone with what I've said, which is your opinion. Yeah, where we go one week, and they said, I can't believe it, Janine. I can't believe it. I actually think you're right about what they're saying about Russia. I'm like, yes, we all knew this was coming, and they always blame. But what I'm trying to say is, do not get caught up in too much of the media. I always say be aware. You need to be aware. Hi, Angel A. But I said the other day, don't get caught up in it all. The people are going to see. Yeah, there's always been wars, but this war is different, because we're winning. Hi, Indigo. We've won, you could say, but it's up to the people to stand. We've said no. Because the world is waking up on the mass level, I have said this before, it's not the same as before. Everyone is seeing through the bullshit. This person said, oh my God, I've seen videos from 2016. They're using old videos, they're using this, they're using that. I said, yeah, they're running out of ammo, they're running out of ideas. People are starting to see. Even people, again, that I work with, hi Michelle, I've heard them talking on the sidelines, like, this doesn't make sense, blah, 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 blah. So, like I said, it's all coming out. What you've got to do is not get too caught up in it all, because this is happening anyway. I believe it's going to get even crazier, because they're going to try and push. They are dangerous. We're not saying people aren't dying. We're not saying people are not getting hurt, because they will use people as human shields. I've said this before, and it's collateral damage, and that's what they do. But not every heartstringy, pull on your heartstrings video is the truth. I'm not saying they're not. But there are a lot, as we know, there's crisis actors. I've said this before, this, that and the other. It's been seen, it's been shown, it's been proven, and it's fact that that's all out there. Yeah, mainstream media's crap, exactly. So the people who feed into mainstream media believe everything they say. And that's why I said before, the channels that get pulled down and have to go elsewhere is not because they're lying, it's because they're trying to put truth out and they don't want it coming out. But I tell you what, it's tough shit, because as I've said before, their technology, or you could say some of Tesla's, as we're on the phone now through the internet and all this, They've used it against people, as we know, to collect data, information through your phone, through everything, through your computers. It is being used on them. The technology is being used on them. Technology is not bad. Not all AI is bad. It's the people behind it using it. If they're bad, they'll use it for evil. If you're good, you're going to use it for good. So people get too caught up in that. The spiritual so-called community do mind nutting, because one, you get a lot of people saying, I'm on a roll now, so I'm not looking at anything in chat. One, they'll start moaning about this, that, and the other. You're not spiritual unless you look like this. You're not spiritual unless, I don't know, you don't wear nails, or you don't do this. You're not spiritual unless you do this, that, and the other. Speak like this and the other. Don't swear. Well, that's a load of bollocks, because you're all spiritual. We were all born from spirit. It's about remembering, you know, and going back to self. You're all spiritual. We were all born from love. That energy, God's source, universe. It isn't a man, it isn't a woman, it's a mixture, it's an energy. To me, it's not a man on a cloud. It might be to some people, that's fine. To me, it's not. It's omnipresence, it's in everything and all around us. And even that's had enough, you know. I went out for a walk today. We're okay because nature's okay. Climate change is bollocks. It's beautiful. I saw a robin. I saw the animals. I've seen a first bumblebee the other day. Nature's thriving, the flowers and everything, it's pretty. So don't let people say you're not spiritual because you've not done this, or you've not gone to you've not gone abroad and gone to some guru camp or something. You're all spiritual because you were born from spirit, therefore you already are. It's just about remembering and not getting caught up in the illusion, you know, like the Matrix, the illusion of the lies that they put out. Some people will say, oh, it's like that film. It's like that film, as in when you wake up and take the red pill, you see the bullshit and the lies. The illusion is the mainstream media. That out there's real nature. The illusion is mainstream media. If you've ever seen the film And They Live, there it all is. Some people go on about reptilians, this, that and the other. That cracks me up because apparently I'm one. I don't know. I believe there's reptilian energy. I haven't seen one with my own eyes myself, but what I believe about reptilian energy, and I'm not saying there isn't, I'm not saying there is, I'm saying there's a lot of people with reptilian energy because they have no empathy, they have no feelings, they have no love, they don't know what it is. So, you know, these elites, these people that are doing all this stuff, you know, to the kids and all that sort of stuff that goes on that I'm not going to go into now because I'm going to keep this high vibe. They have no empathy because they wouldn't be doing what they were doing. We're all rising because it's out of love. We get frustrated with the sheep out there. What can I say? We all do. I'm not going to lie. We use that word. I'm not going to say it's unspiritual not to use it. It's doing my head in, all that sort of stuff. Because we love them. And when they wake up, I've said this before, don't worry because they will. The reason why you are awake is because when the shit hits the fan, you think we've been going through bad times, there's so much more to come. You're here to help them when they come through, because what's going to go on this year, and carry on a bit, is the bigger truth bombs, you could say. You're here to help them. There had to be so many around the world waking up, and there is every single day, to help them, because when they learn the truth of the illusion and how they've played into their game, they're going to fall to their knees. I said this the other day and I'll keep repeating it. They will break. A lot of people won't make it, I don't believe. A lot of people who are so entrenched in the illusion won't make it. A lot of people confused out there in mindsets and everything. I've been saying for ages, if you're not mentally stable, you're going to find it hard. That isn't being horrible. That's telling the truth, because it is confusing and it is, you know, a lot of people who are in fear. I'll come into chat in a bit because I'm just not getting distracted. So that's why we've got to understand there's a lot going to go down. There's a lot of changes, but within that, there's beautiful stuff going on. It's beautiful to know there's good people. And even if we get frustrated, we get triggered, we say words we don't mean, sometimes it's all out of the love of humanity and how we want everyone to be free and sovereign. That's why they're going against Russia. It's all to do with the Federal Reserve, gold and silver backs and all the other stuff that goes on with it. Shouldn't really need to be talking about this, because if you can see, if you're awake, you know. The Great Awakening is already in process. The Great Awakening has been in process for quite a long time. It's just hotting up now. It's not called the Great Awakening for nothing. As I said to Hi Rainbow Wizard, I did say to my fella the other day, someone said to me the other day, it wasn't a fella, a friend said, when would you go back to the 1950s or something? He said, now. It's the greatest time to be alive. Yes, it's frustrating. Yes, it's hard. Because you're seeing family and friends around you not get it, especially those who not get it, and it's hard. And when you try to have a conversation with them, they cut you off. They can't see it. They always quote the media, and it's effing frustrating. I've been frustrated. But my mum said something the other day. Actually, she's awakening, which is, oh my god, mothership. But just know it doesn't matter. This is being done anyway. Once you see, you can't unsee. So you can't go back to sleep. You can't go back to sleep. 5D is more about a frequency. 5D is not another, some people think it's a planet we're going to. This, I don't see it like that. 5D is a frequency. It's a higher frequency that you'll be in. A 5D way of living is we're coming out of the bullshit. We're coming out of the illusion. To me, this is just me, by the way. We're coming, I say we're coming from 3D, 4D into 5D, because high, lowest, because 5D is more of a higher frequency that I'd say the lower ones can't reside in. And we've always been suppressed and kept down with the illusion, with the media, with all sorts that have gone on, and it keeps people in lower frequencies. So when you're raising your frequency, you're coming out of third. Some say fourth is like you still got things in the fourth. You're going to the fifth dimension. Dimensions, it's a frequency. Basically, when people say new earth, a lot of people think they're jumping off one planet onto the other. In a sense, we're changing it through frequencies. We're going to a world where people want better for each other. We want more love. We're sick of the bullshit. We're sick of the lies. We're sick of lower negative beings that's within people, energies that are about. That all disappears when we raise our frequencies, because people will want things out of love, and they'll want things out of prosperity and abundance for everybody on earth. So there will be no, wars, this, that and the other, because it can't reside in that sort of energy, because everyone's lifting above it. When you're lifting above it as well, you see what's going on. So not to get too mad with people, because at the end of the day, the ones who can't see, don't get mad with them, don't judge them. I know it's hard, I'm saying that myself. It's so frustrating, but someone put a quote the other day. I've said this quote before, in the Bible. What, I don't know, the quote, forgive though they don't know what they do, or whatever it is, if anyone wants to put it in. I've quoted this before. Yes, they don't know what they're doing, because they believe they're doing the right thing, because they actually want the best for everybody as well. That's why they thought they were doing the best with certain things that have gone out that the government were telling them to do, and this, that and the other, and the things that they're doing for the Ukraine agenda, but in the way of advertising and the crap that's going on TikTok and God knows where, is they don't know what they're doing. But when they do, and this is what I'm saying, you'll forgive them anyway, because you were there at one point and you know how it feels. But this is why we carry on, because we know how it feels. It's soul destroying. Like I said, you're here to raise your frequencies and keep it high while this is going on, even if it takes a few more months till the end of the year, or we have to go into 2024. You've got to keep standing strong. The more you lift up, the more, it's like the more you in a high frequency, the more you sort of stay out of them realms of, let's say, the bullshit just doesn't come to you. You're more protected, if you understand what I'm saying. Like, over the last 2 years, I haven't had to do anything where I'm at, or do, like, nothing's come fighting with me, only apart from people on YouTube, but that's platforms for you. But just carrying on as normal, because I'm staying in that frequency. I'm not choosing to let people bring me down, energies to bring me down. I know what's going on, so if I feel something's attacking or someone's saying something, you don't have to get caught up in it all. Yeah, but there's still a lot of naivety as that, where people do not go and research themselves, and that's why the number 17 always said, Q, question everything and research yourself. A lot of people don't question nothing. They don't question the narrative. They don't question the news. They question jack shit because they're too lazy. That's the truth, and it hurts sometimes. And they do not do their own research. They want stuff off you, and they'll ask you, well, give me this, give me that. Go and do it yourself. Go and do it yourself. Yes, 17 is Q. Go and do it. And there's 17 thumbs up right now. Now, Lois, remind me about the number 17, because it's popping up everywhere. And I'm going to go off onto this now, because we know about what's going on in the news. If you don't know, it doesn't matter. It's coming anyway. Mr. T will be back. The reason why We all know he really is, in a sense, because of the fraud and all the treason and everything that's going on, and the actual evidence that they've got. And if you've seen things going on at the minute, because it's all leaking out. Biden, yeah, il president, I mean, look at the state. When that comes out, Trump will automatically go back in, and I think he could do another 10 years for the time that he's left out. And he won't even have to run, because you automatically go in. Oh yeah, they've got cognitive dissonance, big style, but that's where you've got to forgive, because it is hard, and they have been good at programming people, and you know they have, because we've all been there as well. But anyway, he will return. 17 never put the dates out because the dark side look as well. Hi Jimmy. They're all looking for information all the time. So when we thought it was this, that and the other, it's playing out exactly how it is, and it's brilliant, because when he didn't so-called come back and Biden came in, it had to be that way, because everyone is now looking at Biden going, what the actual bleep, what the actual bleep. Oh my God, he was so much better, what the actual bleep. Some negative people say, that's the way they wanted to play it, because they want you to think that Trump's a good guy, but really he isn't. It's all part of the New World Order. All of it. All of it. Nothing new under the sun. Yeah, there is nothing new under the sun, but this is different, and you can clearly see why it's different. But negative energies and beings will always say that, because they don't want change. They want to be fixed in their own little bubble. How can there ever be change? Well, there's change because people are rising, countries are rising. You've never seen this on the level you've seen it on in your whole damn life. Canada, other places, all the stuff going on. It's amazing. It's an amazing realm that we're on, and we're taking it back. So anyway, the number 17, and I'm talking fast because I'm on one. Yeah, oh God, so embarrassing. He's so embarrassing. He's so embarrassing. He said the other day, if you caught it, oh, well, you know, it's, you know, Putin invading Russia. It's like, what? That was on JP. You know, the funny guy, it was like, oh my God, this guy doesn't even, like, but we know what's being played out. People say it's theatre, it is, but it doesn't mean it's not real, you know what I mean? But we're watching it. So like I said, don't get caught up in it all. Don't get frustrated at friends and family. They're going to see, but you're going to be there for them. Number 17 has been following me around all the time. It's in chat right now. For weeks and weeks and weeks, and I've been saying to Lois, oh my God, it's following me. Like the other day I heard 2 people talking, saying we've got to meet on the 17th. My mum said there's a guy coming around to fix our garden fence. They're coming on the 17th. We were watching Fast and the Furious last night, number 9, and I just thought, oh, I wonder if the car that's racing at the beginning, because it's not a thing I always watch, I've seen a couple of them, I didn't even know they were on number 9 Divine. I wonder if the car's number 17. It was number 17, and at the beginning it said a perfect storm. I was laughing my head off. I've had 17 this, 17 that. To me, it's a validation of, yes, this is happening, the awakening's happening. And also for me, it's a validation of what I'm doing in my life, what I'm concentrating on, the things that I'm doing, website that I'm building. I'm in alignment with all of it, you know, in my realm of consciousness. This is my realm, and what's happening with my realm. So yeah. There are bad people, Danny, in politics all over the world. It's not just one country, but there's also good. Yeah. And as Lois said, they want you to feel hopelessness and to feed to their new world order, but we've been living in it already. They just want to keep it going. That's how lies work. That, yeah, exactly. We've been in it. We weren't going to it. They were just going to cap it off. Do you think Paul Walker is still alive? I don't know, I've heard all that, and I've heard that they may have cut his brakes and this, that and the other. It may be true, but like I said, with a lot of truths that are coming out, we will find out what's what they did, who does this, who did that, who's good and who's really bad, because they're on both sides. White hats are in the bad side to find out what they're doing, and vice versa. It's all going on. Dolly, are you on Telegram? No, because I couldn't be bothered. With all the notifications going off and everything. It's too much because I'm too busy at the minute. You know, and I'm not really here to sort of go on about what I used to go on about a while about, even with Q, because it's all there, it's all happening. You can see what I was saying is now coming to fruition, or whatever the bloody word is. Other people are coming through with it, so I'll sit back a little bit and let them do it. We all know what I've said if you've been with me for a bit, so people have seen and people have heard. Yeah, they do murder by numbers, actually. Yeah, they do. Well, they do a lot. It's their sacrifices, isn't it? There's normally a group of 3, and then they do their... I just want to read out while we're talking about this as well. in front of me, I've got one of my astrology books. Now, Saturn, a lot of people will say is Satan. Now, listen to this. Even I was like, oh, yeah. But when you think about it, I think Saturn is coming in, or it is in, or the energy is in these times. But it makes sense because not all planets are bad. They have a dark and a light side, a negative and a positive, like we do. And we work off energies, planets, the planetary energies that come through, or whatever you want to call them, affects us as well. And if you don't know what ruling days of planets and what's coming in and what's aligning, and you wonder why you're off in certain energies, look up the energies. Now, in this book that I've got, it's a really good book. I just want to put this out there if you don't know this. So I'll read it out as the book says, so I don't forget anything. Saturn, authority and maturity. Well, does that not stand out about the authority that's going on in the world right now? This is the energy that's coming in. And maturity, people taking responsibility, because there's a lot of people that don't. Hi to Up Earth, a long time, yeah. And hi Vicky. Now, the energy of Saturn is concentration, structure and order. Oh, yeah, what's going on now? Patience, discipline, authority, limits, serious, formal, tradition, rules, hard work, mature responsibility and dignity. Now listen to this. Saturn in the sky. So Saturn energy in the sky. As the outermost planet visible to the naked eye. Remember, 7 planets, 7 chakras, all that. That's why it affects you. Saturn was the boundary of the ancient cosmos until Uranus burst through, suggesting its role in the chart as gatekeeper and authority. Saturn in myth. After the fall of the sky god Uranus, his son Cronus, Greek equivalent of Saturn, established the golden age of civic harmony and fruitful, it says, husbandry, suggesting Saturn's role as beneficial authority, encouraging abundance through hard work. Now, let's just chat about hard work. There's a lot of people out there who call other people when they're putting hard work into what they're doing because they're not doing it. A lot of people called Trump out saying he didn't get where he got because it was his dad. No, he did get where he's got from doing what he did. That's bullshit media again, from working very hard. And he got his abundance because he worked very hard at his towers, so forth and so on. When I'm building towards something, which I am doing, I have to sit here, like I've said before, and put the hard work in. A lot of people want to sit there and do nothing but call other people because they're not putting the hard work into it. So encouraging abundance, you can have abundance, but you're going to have to put some work in to build your whatever it is. And then it says Saturn in the world around us. This is the one I wanted to read out. Saturn's energy in the world around us right now. Saturn governs thresholds and doorways and government institutions. Really? Well, aren't they beginning to crumble? Because it's having a look at these things in the world around us. Rulers and measures. It's interesting, isn't it? It's not a coincidence. Nothing's a coincidence. This energy's in. This is why it's being looked at. And they know when certain energies come in, if it doesn't get looked at or, the illusion bypasses it, we don't see it. But we are seeing it more than ever. Anywhere cold, dark, lonely, or isolated comes under Saturn. So to me, the dark is being seen. The authorities, them corporations, the rules, it's all coming out. It's all coming out. Saturn is for structure. We need structure. It's not a bad thing. Structure brings the structure, definition and clarity is where we can be organised, methodical, can't say it, responsible and committed. Nothing wrong with that. Authority. When we are young, Saturn appears in a guise of authority figures, parents, teachers, community leaders. We see Saturn all around us, the parking warden, the policeman, the judge, the referee setting the rules and making sure they are enforced, apart from that side of known that they've been enforcing rules that are not, you could say, natural and not really for the people. That's why it's falling. Inner authority. Slowly, Saturn emerges in a different guise as inner authority and guide, a solid bedrock within ourselves. Saturn then becomes a symbol for hard-won proficiency and skill, life experience and wisdom. Hope you're all listening. Practical knowledge and maturity. Nothing wrong with that. Boundaries. Well, we need to put boundaries up. I've been saying this for a very long time. Saturn adjusts us to necessity. So what is practical, realistic and achievable in the real world? You've got to look at what you can achieve realistically in the real world. Here we all operate within boundaries and limitations of the world at large, of our own human and personal resources. Somehow this is part of the process, the sense of workable limits, helping us to shape things appropriately. We must have Jupiter's vision, because I was going to say that, Jupiter and Neptune, my ruling signs. Dreams. But Saturn brings our visions and dreams into real life. So Saturn brings it into real life, but Jupiter and Neptune bring the dreams. I'm a Pisces. I'm quite dreamy. I dream. Neptune and Jupiter is that energy. We need the Pisces. Why do you think? And a lot of people I've been watching lately that are quite spiritual have been put stuff out like, there's quite a few people I can't even think of, but they are Piscean. Why would that be right now? My star sign, Pisces, is the last sign of the zodiac. It's the last, cycle of this wheel, the shit that we're in. We're changing it. So holler to the Pisces energy. That's why shit's going on as well, because we'll be going to the age of Aquarius. Pisces, they're very known as woo-woo spiritual. That's not saying others aren't, that's just known. It's a known thing with Pisces because they're the end of the cycle. So it's funny how that's going on now at the end of this cycle is the house of Pisces. The 12th house is Pisces. So yeah, very interesting there. But that's why I'm quite a visionary, imaginative. I use it to create all sorts of things that you've seen me create in my own little realm. And I will also always do so because I've done it since a child and I've never forgot. Some people grow up and forget the things that they used to love, especially creative stuff, and they get caught up in the world, the mundane, but you've got to remember and try and fit it in somewhere. But yes, we've got all this going on. So just to say, Saturn isn't Satan. It isn't a bad energy. Everything around us, you, me, the planets, all have the dark sides. But it's just funny how it's to do with authority. And all the stuff that's coming in is Saturn. Some people don't like Saturn, I would say. What's coming in now is because it's going to make you take responsibility. It's going to shake your world and it's going to make you face your fears. And it's going to bring you out the other end. But some people don't want to see that. They don't want to be shown the dark because they know they're going to have to do something. And really, the dark within yourself. So that's brilliant. That's brilliant. Oh, on the last one, self-contained. It says, a final fruitful image might be that of the hermit. We've all been hermits who withdraw from the world to concentrate on spiritual energy. A lot of people do that, but I believe more so now. You can get out in the world and be around people to help them as well. But spiritual energy and develop gravities and self-containment. People do that who need to go and do that, because some people have to withdraw away from the world because they can't stand the energies about or within people. I've learned to master that more than I ever did before. Where Saturn is in your chart, this can sometimes be a useful strategy, acknowledgement that here you might often find yourself working solo, dependent only on your own resources. Hence why I'm on my channel doing my own thing. I've done a few collaborations, but I like to do my own thing. It doesn't mean it's bad if you're out there in the world and you like to be around people, because we are actually social beings, but some people need to pull back because the energy is too strong for them, you know, the way people are and stuff like that. So they have to pull back. It's not because you're not spiritual, because you're not doing that. I actually have a balance. I like being with myself, but I also love being around people as well and chatting and stuff. So, you know, it's to know if you can control your own energy, if not getting triggered, this, that and the other. So a lot of people can't do that. They'll get very triggered and they'll pull back because they see it as they can't cope, they can't, you know, other people's energies, because you got other people's energy fields bumping into yours and shaking you up and all that. So they'd rather stay in, especially when shit's going down, what's going down now. That's all I'm going to say. So, yeah, so I might be back on the the show where I used to do with Roxanne and Rich, because he rang me last night, and there might be something going on there in the very, very near future. I think I've said everything. I don't know, but I'm just trying to say to people, keep in the most positive energy you can. Even if you're getting frustrated, just know that it's all going to work out in the end, and family and friends are going to see. Don't go into fear. Oh, and can we have a look? All the naughty people are coming in, so moderators, get on it, because you will get them in, because, you know, that's just how it works, because I'm adding a few more moderators. It's just the way they are, very silly. You know, we've either got bots or immature people, or someone trying to advertise the silly places. But I think I'm going to pull some cards. Now we've spoke about all that, we can pull the cards and see what the cards have to say. So, yeah. So that's good. Or you could go in and just go to their channel and delete them. But yeah, we get that a lot when we're talking truth. You get them all coming in. Or they see a lady, you know, a lady with curves, and they have to come in saying things. It's quite immature. So we're going to go with, no, we're not going to go with that. We're going to go with the Light Seers Tarot. Oh yeah, we used to get it all the time. Bots are us. Bot off. So let's see what we get. Now we've had a bit of a chat. I will come and chat with chat in a minute. I just had to get that out. Because everyone's out of the house at the minute, so I'm trying to be quick. Ooh. Oh, yes. It's a good card. And what else? One's just, two's just, oh, yes. One of my favourite cards, and you'll know why. Can you see the number at the bottom? Number 17. Can't make this shit up, can you? Shift. I should say you can't make this shift up. So, yeah, just be aware. Moderators, just chuck them out. See if I can get another one. I was just telling my boyfriend today, I don't think he got it. We went for a walk and I was like, really need, that's just jumping out, I really need to take my shoes off. But it was cold today where we were. If it was on the grass somewhere, I would have done. I said, because, you know, some of us know this, the rubber on your soles disconnects you from earth. I mean, it's pretty logical. And he was like, no, it doesn't. It's all around us. I was like, yeah, it's all around us, but when you're plugging in with your feet, it does disconnect you. Hence, why did the natives not wear shoes? Rubber disconnects the connection. I thought, I'm not even getting into this. I'm not even getting into it. I'm not getting into it. Whatever. So that's why, if you're ever feeling you need a bit of energy, go and sit on your back step, put your feet on the floor. Doesn't matter if it's concrete, it'll, you know, it's still coming through. Grass, get out in the garden, even if you can only stand it for 5 minutes if it's cold where you are. Put your feet on the earth, walk about, put your feet in the grass, sit, feel the energy. It will soothe a lot of aches and pains as well. Just saying that. Yeah, rubber sole, exactly so. The cards that have just come out are beautiful. We've got the Ace of Swords. I do this intuitively, by the way. 17 is the Star, and 4 of Pentacles. Now, the Ace of Swords is a lot to do with thoughts and our thinking. You know, it's an air card. Thoughts. Be careful of your thoughts. Are we spiraling up or spiraling down? We talked about 5D. We're spiraling up. We're letting the light come in. We're not letting people. So she's like, we're not letting people bring us down just because they have differed. When I said that, then funnily enough, we are lifting our frequencies higher. We're not letting other people's thoughts come into our. A lot of people out there go on about things they're not sure. They say, oh, I think, oh, and it's like, be aware that there's many thoughts going around in the consciousness that are not yours. So just because you think something doesn't actually mean it's true, or that that's happening, or that that's a part of you. Thank you. So keep your frequencies, thoughts, feelings, keep your thoughts. If a thought comes in and it feels negative, you might be able to work out where it's coming from. It could be somebody else thinking something you've just watched or heard. Just go, right, okay, that's not me. That's not for me. I choose to think about, go and think about something that makes you happy. Think of a time, whatever, and just put a new thought in. The next one was 17. 17, the star. Well, the star, you are the star. You're anchoring that light to earth. You are the star of your own show. We're rising above it. They are not the stars, we are. It's a bit like the silver cord there. We're holding on strong to our light and we're anchoring it on earth because we are stars. We are of earth and we are of the cosmos. As above, so below. As within, so without. As the universe, so the soul. Meaning, what happens in the cosmos happens down on earth. Yes, micro, macro, whatever. What happens in the heavens happens on earth. What is being played out there is being played out here. What happens within us happens on the outside. As above, so below. As within, so without. As the universe, so the soul. So that's why good things are coming, because it's being played out in heaven and it's coming down, and we're beginning to, the people that are going within and they're pumping all this good energy out, it's coming out in the world. You're going to see the shit because it's being unearthed. We saw some trees that got knocked over in the winds the other week or so, and the roots were massive, the tree was big. And it just reminded me, the trees were like, we get unearthed, but I'll go back into the ground. But the roots were showing. Well, everything is being unearthed, so we can see the truth clearly, because then we know how to build, and we know how to build back better. Oh, God, I sound like Trump. Build back better. So when people say, like that saying that I'm saying, it was a bit witchy, it's a bit this, it's a bit evil. There's dark and light and everything. There's nothing evil about saying as above, so below, as within, so without, as the universe, so the soul, if you understand what it means. But we're anchoring our light. Have you found your light? Are you finding the things that make you happy? By the way, 17 is number 8, infinity. She's looking up at the light. Are you focused on the light, meaning you, your soul, your light, your joy, your happiness? Are you focused on that? You need to know what's going on in the world. You need to understand, because you don't want to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. But that's not the sole focus. The sole focus for me is, yes, I do get frustrated because I'm human as well, but I am of the world. I'm in the world, but not of it. But I'm also very fixated on, I can see this awakening and it's beautiful, and I can see the future we're going to on the timeline we are now on, because they have changed, if you've not felt it, that everything's going to be okay. But we still have to go through the process, because it's the others that are waking up. We don't need to. They are awakening. It's hard to watch, but it's the greatest thing to see, because they will get there. So we've got that. Then we've got the Four of Pentacles. If we do finances, the material in the world, but she's looking over her shoulder at other things going on. She may want to, but this is just saying, she may want to save her pennies for another day. She's holding on to maybe putting something towards something. I've got to start saving a bit of money, because I'm not really saving, because there's something that I want to do that I've been putting off, but I've got to do it this year, and I've got to put a bit of money to that. And that's going back to the chat we had before. There's nothing wrong with hard work and getting the abundance of what's going on. She's got a red dress on. Red's to do with action as well. Are you putting the action into the things that you want to bring into the world, to do with maybe finances? Do you feel like you want another job? You need to start saving yourself. I mean, funnily enough, It's all to do with finances at the minute, with the financial system. But remember, it's been their financial system. Doesn't mean we're not going to have money. We are still going to have money. That's not going to go anywhere anytime soon at the minute. Gold and silver backed, so on and so forth. So a lot of people might be holding on to the money as well. I'm getting that coming in as well, because of they're in fear of what's happening, with the petrol and all this. We all know that's crap. Mr. Lovely's come in again. And they might want to not spend, they might be in fear. Don't be in fear, because all that's going to fall down in the end anyway. I was just discussing with someone, the world will crash. That will fall down with all the, I believe, the prices going up, because it's worldwide, people, what you call it, like, the cost of living going up, and then there's this going up. Well, it can't keep going up. It can't keep going up. It will fall at some point worldwide. Mark my words, it will fall. Because we're going to be set free. That isn't even going to come into it. They're doing this because that's the only thing they can do at the minute. They're trying to make it hard for us, but we're not going to let them. So live within your means and you'll be rich anyway. There's new abundance coming for all energy. Anyway, the energy, then I said, we know we've got free energy and all that. And that when that side has gone, it won't be any of this bullshit anymore. So anyway, let's see what the secret language of light is saying. Then I'll do the self-care, and then I'm going to go, because I've got some stuff to work on. Action. I used to worry about how long things would take me. I'm not now. I'm just like doing things in my own time. I'm going to do it properly and put the work in. But because I'm working full-time as well, I have to navigate around it. It's tiring, but I'm doing it. Nothing good ever came easy. So we've got that one. Woo! I've got a master number coming in. Laughed my head off if 17 came out in this one as well, but let's see. And I've laughed so much because I've seen people on YouTube who slag tarot reading off, and it's the only thing that they put up all the time, and it's like, oh, it's called divination because it's from divine. Hello. But I've seen a lot of people who do negative shit on there as well, and yeah. Crazy. Oh my god. Right, so some have just fell out. So the ones that I've turned over I will pick up. So we've got quite a few. Right, oh, dropping everything. Right, the ones that they're in no order now. No order. Meditation. I was only saying to my fella today I need to get back into some more because I've just been too busy. But I tend to do it in the bath because that's the time when I'm most relaxing. Water, and I am a water element. But meditation is very important at this time. You want to tune in, tune out, tune in. I'm just going to go through these quickly. 31, divine feminine. Well, that energy is coming back with a big slap in the face. Divine energy. It's just funny because some people have been talking to who are men. It's like they just don't acknowledge when a woman speaks about stuff sometimes. And a woman is very powerful, and that's why they've always gone against a woman. Anyway, 45, let your light shine. 45, who was the 45th president, who still is. Let your light shine. It's time to let your light shine. This is why I've said on here, people out there who go around trolling other people and doing this, that and the other, you're not shining your light. That's all negative. To shine your light, you should be focused on what you want to do and what brings you joy. Everybody's got something different, and there's abundance for all. You should be shining your light and lifting people by shining your light with the things that you love to do and pumping that light out. Anything else is just negative. Soul song. What is your soul song? Can you hear your soul song? My soul sings to me a lot, as in the energy that's coming through, that's telling me to do the things that I need to do to keep me happy and my soul happy and vibrating at a higher level. If it's not, then you need to, nothing wrong with looking and thinking what's bringing it down. Step away from it. So that's that. Oh, I think we've got another one. Oh yeah, 33. That was in 33. Master number is soul love. Soul love. Don't forget to give your soul some love, to set boundaries, to have time out, to know that it's okay, to know that we all make mistakes, to know that we all haven't got it right all the time, but just to know that, these times are strange. They're not easy. No one ever said it was going to be easy to waken up. That's why a lot of people don't want to do it, because it's not easy. But when you start seeing the bigger picture, because the bigger picture is us, the bigger picture I can't even explain. It's just beautiful. It is beautiful. I don't even think we would, I don't even know what the word is, imagine how amazing it's going to be. I'm just going to do a quick one out of the Sacred Self-Care cards. I hope it's all making sense anyway, but yeah. Sorry, just... I've got these nails on and they're like, really? Because I have to show things with nails, and my nails at work have been absolutely terrible. They get wrecked all the time with the job that I do. So yeah, that isn't happening anyway. I'm going to come into chat in a minute for a couple of minutes. So, when you're awake, you see everyone and everything different. Yep, you do. Like I said, it's very hard when you see people and they don't get it, and you sort of, oh yeah, it's hard. Hope Barron, greetings from Miss Minnesota. I love the name Hope Barron. You got Barron Trump. Can you imagine if Trump came in for another 10 years, because we all know he's coming back anyway, and then maybe at that time, how old will Barron be by that time? That's what I was thinking about, because he literally could be in for 10 years. He comes back, the time that is lost because we all know it was a scam, he could be in for 10 years. Can you imagine people? And then Barron could come in, couldn't he? How old will Barron be? I don't even know how old he is now. And all that stuff going on with Barron, you know, it's, yeah. And you only have to look at Melania and you know she's a good person. I mean, she's beautiful. Beautiful lady. I'm glad that So finally woke up to the evil people running the USA from the 1990s. It's been only getting more obvious. Yeah, from the 1990s, but it's been way back. Way back. Let's see what the cards are telling us to do with our self-care. Oh, yeah, we got that the other. I think we got that the other. I think we got this the other few days ago, actually. So it's still the same thing, which doesn't surprise me. One more. Yes, so we've got massage. You may be feeling aches and pains. It could be ascension symptoms, and people like to say, because energies, I just see that as energies are moving through us, and it can give you aches and pains and things where you think, oh, I don't know if I've been feeling a bit, you know, nothing to do with the, you know what. A bit of a nice massage. Get a massage off your fellas, vice versa. Maybe go for a massage yourself, like if it's your feet or something. But treat yourself. Go for a massage. Get them knots out. Get the tense energy out, because that's why you normally get knots and things in your body, because it's all that energy coming out, or I should say being locked in, because you're not releasing it because you're stressed, so forth and so on. You've got to look after yourself. Connect with fire. Do the fire energy. 12 is number 3. Write things you want to release. I've said this before, especially as the moon's coming in. That's a load of energy, you know, coming up to the moon, putting your intentions out, and then it comes into fruition, and then it's coming into the world and manifesting. You could get together. People are getting together now. We always were, but you could write down negativity that you don't like. Yeah, holy fire Reiki. Yes, I'm a Reiki too. And burn it in the fire and release it. We did this with a few friends. I think it was before Christmas. We did it for New Year's Eve, even though the New Year's Eve isn't the real one. But we did that, and it was really good. I got everyone to write on a piece of paper what they wanted to let go of, and we burned it and watched it burn away. That's a brilliant thing to do, getting friends and family together as well. And then movement. We've got to move. You might be thinking of exercising a little bit, or a bit more movement, dancing, whatever it is that you wish to do. But we need to move our body, because it moves the energy around our body, and it can release energy as well, not staying stagnant and stuck. You know, that's why you feel good after movement or exercise or dance or whatever it is. You might feel tired, but you do feel good. So remember, you might want to be doing a bit of yoga. You might want to be doing a bit of... I got on my trumpet today. I've got a little trumpet. I had one. It had springs in it, and it got really squeaky. I know it sounds stupid, but I thought if I did it in the morning, it's going to wake people up, because it was quite like... It's not one of the big ones. So I got a new one with bungee ropes on, and it's silent, and it's really good. And I did it before watching a bit of The Last Kingdom, because I didn't realise there was a series. I love Uhtred. So I sort of bounded away for that for 20 minutes, got a sweat on, and I'm going to be trying to push that into my daily routine. It's going to be hard, because I get up at 5:30 in the morning, and I'm thinking, oh, to squeeze a bit in there and a bit in there. But movement is good as we're coming into summer as well. Question, Dolly, do you do drumming? I haven't. I've done a slight bit in my house. I have a drum. I'm just looking for it. I'll tell you what I will go and get. So thank you for actually saying that, because let me go and get my bowl out. I've got my chimes. Sorry, my dryer's in the background. I've got my chimes. Let me go and get my, I should wave it down here really, it's upstairs. Let me go and get it. I have a little drum somewhere, but I know about drumming and getting you into different states and slowing you down with the beat of the drum, you know, slowly. Had a little one. I didn't really like it because, where is it? It was a sound. It's somewhere. And I have a C drum. I know this isn't one you beat, but I have my C drum, which is... which would obviously calm me down because it sounds of the sea, and I am a Piscean, water, I'm a water element, even though my boyfriend said it sounds like a kettle going off. But my favourite that I like to use is my, yeah, I'll play a bit in a minute, it's my heart crystal, quartz crystal singing bowl. Should we have a go? I always forget, it's because I don't leave it down here, so I'll do a bit of seeing, I'll do a bit of the C drum, and then we'll do this. So because we know, you know, music, frequencies, sound can calm us, and sound is a language that we don't need words with. So are you ready to feel the heart chakra? It's green and pink. I don't know what colour it's coming out in here. It's like a very light frosted green and then a pink, but it is quartz. I always say breathing deep when you're listening to it. Makes me do that all the time, smile. Sound therapy. See, I'm my own shaman for myself. You can heal yourself. But like I said, you're going to have people that need healing that can't do it themselves at the minute. We've got 26 days, you know, a validation is because they're going to be brought to their knees that they won't have the energy to do it. That's what you're here for. Yeah. And how do I afford all my bits and pieces? Because I work I'm allowed to treat myself. I've heard so many people out there talking of, you know, how people steal off other people and they steal their dresses and they steal their things. It's like, no, you just need to get off your ass and do something to bring things in that you would like. As I said with Saturn before, it's the hard work that you put in, you know, putting it out there, because I just find it ridiculous. Yeah, you can circle around the other way and it's beautiful. I don't know if I filmed it or we put a film up. If you put water in it and do it, you will see all the geometric shapes in the water, and it starts spitting and jumping over, and it's beautiful. I'm sure we put it up ages ago, me and my fella, because he filmed it, but it was like, and you see all the shapes emerging in the water. It's beautiful. Cymatics, I can never get the word right, whatever the thing is, but anyway, yeah, all that sort of good stuff. So before I go, I just washed my hair, so it's still a bit damp. Can you see my greys? Oh yeah, it's coming in. So before I go, how is everyone feeling with what's going on in the world? Because I think it's batshit crazy but brilliant. And we're all beginning to see what was said and what's happening, and like, you know, yeah. I don't know. I think we put it on here. I'm sure we did. It could have been on Instagram. On a short video. Sorry, I'm getting really dry on my mouth. I thought we did. I'm not saying it's for definite. I might try and do it again because my camera's crap. I might get my boyfriend to film it, and I may do another one where we film it and show it when there's better lighting, because it is beautiful to see if you've not seen it. And I've done it with my own bowl. That's why I know about sound and stuff. Do my own research with stuff. If your body is made up of so much of water, sound affects water, so it affects your bodily waters. That's how you can heal as well. Dr. Emoto. So I've done all them experiments on YouTube years ago when I did the whole rice experiment twice with Dr. Emoto. If you don't know who Dr. Emoto is and the water crystals, go and find out about Dr. Emoto. Put Dr. Emoto experiment into YouTube and you can learn about that. I can't believe you just said Dorothy. My real names, if you knew, is Janine. Are you talking to someone in chat called Dorothy? Or you do? My nana was called Dorothy. And one of my favourite films is Wizard of Oz. Yeah, tinsel. Well, I keep thinking, God, do you think I'm going to diet? And I'm trying to hold off because the Malin Street's coming in. But I love it. It's silver. I see it as enlightenment. I see it as a halo. Women always try to cover it up because they see it as an aging. But there's lots of women that go grey early. Some people say it's loss of something, or it's loss of minerals, or it's loss of that. Whatever, doesn't really bother me. I think it's quite beautiful on some people. It doesn't mean you have to let yourself go just because your hair's going silver. I find it quite pretty. And when I've seen people actually go through the transition, when they've actually done it, it looks beautiful. I see it as wisdom. I see it as, I don't really want to dye my hair, hence dyeing your hair, you're killing it off. I'd rather go natural, so I'm trying to wait to see, you know, I know you have to go through the stages and there can be a messy stage of it. But I think it's all coming through here and it's coming here at the sides. I think it'd look quite witchy and great. I'd love that anyway, because I love the old witchy woo. I'm a bit witchy too, but I'm from the light side, not the dark. You know, like I said about the planets, there's always a light and a dark side. You get those that work for the dark energies and those that work for the light. It's all to do with intentions. Magic, imagination, magic, you know, the thoughts that you put out and the intentions. Alchemy is, you know, your bodily chemicals, your emotions, not firing off at this and firing off at that, calming things down and getting into alignment, all sort of beautiful good stuff I've talked about before, and nature as well. Maybe I'll talk about it another time again, but yes, I go in and out of practices with that, in and out, because I'm mutable, is that right? On my star sign, I go in and out of a lot of things. I'm not fixed in anything. Yeah, heaven on earth. So yeah, good saying that, Hope Baron, because heaven on earth is the merging of heaven on earth together. That's what's happening. We're not going off anywhere. We're bringing heaven down to earth. We're bringing that energy. We're anchoring it in. We're anchoring it in, so this world becomes heavenly, the way it should have been. You know, should have been for God's children. Oh, yes. You see, something came in and saw, oh, this world is this way. Well, we're going to get in and use the people. And, you know, they're so loving and peaceful and trusting. Yeah, well, we have fury as well. We have fury as well, and we have to use it. We will use it, and we are using it. But it's done in a good way. It's not done out of violence. So, yeah. You got to remember as well, I don't like putting stuff on my hair now as well, because I used to dye it all the time, because your hair is a connection as well. It's like little what would you call it, antennae going out, if you know about the Native American Indians and how in the wartime they tracked and everything, because it's the senses, you know, your little antennae going out, if you know about Vril as well, and the women of Vril, and when they cut their hair off for the army, they lost all their tracking abilities and stuff like that. It didn't work as strong as it worked when they had really long hair. Your hair is, obviously, when the hairs stand up on your skin, obviously you don't have it on the palms and your feet because they connect to earth and stuff like that. It's your own little antennae, you know, it's telling you, connecting with all the energies around you and your hair and the hair on your body. That's why, you know, sometimes when you feel a off energy, your hairs might stand up on end, because that's what your hairs are. So, you know, I'm not saying you have to not dye your hair. I'm just saying, you know, there's all that goes on. They've had us on every level, but yeah, this is probably why I love Vikings so much. I'm pretty obsessed with Vikings. You know, they had long hair and all that. They look very manly. You'd think some women go, oh, long hairs. It's not, you know, not the way they wore it anyway. And apparently my family, it comes back from, could have gone back to Vikings and the Norse and all that. So a ginger-haired Viking. So it's no wonder I'm obsessed with Vikings, really. So yeah, so I'm going to go, because I don't even know what time it is. What time is it? Yeah, because my fellow will be finishing his tennis soon. He thinks I'm quackers sometimes. So I just hope you're all well. You all look really good in chat anyway. Who's new here then? It's Hope Barron. Who's new to the channel then? Because if anyone is listening in the background, hiya. I talk about many things. But what I've been up to lately is I've been creating some baby accessories. They're very pretty, and lots of bits and bobs that are going to go up. But I've decided to get quite, like, I hate saying this word, organised. I'm just God so not an organised person. I know you've seen me say this many times, but we are in the midst of putting a website together, because Instagram have took my newest account down yet again. So I think I'm on my Reiki one. So they've took that down. I get banned off here a lot. So the only way I can keep my sort of creative place to make, where people can go and purchase my stuff when it's all ready, is to have a website. So that's what I'm building. And my fella is really good, because he's a Capricorn. He's very good at, like, I'm not. He's like, you just need to make all your inventory up. Just concentrate on that. Doesn't matter how, when you do it, like what time you spend, because I do work full time as well. Get all your inventory done so we can put it into the website. Then we're building it, and then we'll pay for it. And then I can let you guys know then. And obviously it can't be took down then when that side, you know, things happen and shit happens. So I'm just doing that. So that's my goal this year. Don't know when, but that's my goal this year. And as soon as that's done, I'll let you know. So I used to get a bit like, oh, this has got to be done. I'm like, no, just make your inventory. Get all your inventory. So a lot of it's done. And then, because you've got to put it in your website and all that, you know, so many of this, so many of that. So there's lots of bits coming with all the stuff that I'm putting together. And it's tiring, like I said, hard work. I have to do it after my full-time job, which my full-time job is a physical job. It's in a warehouse, and I'm knackered. But I have to put it in, and then weekend when I've got time, which I've done. I did some yesterday. Today I'll do a little bit, but I'm going to chill today in a minute. But I'm still doing things. My boyfriend's helping me put my website together, because and I've just found this on the side, which must have fell out. Number 3, channeling. We're all channeling source energy. Everybody channels source energy. Don't let anyone tell you that you're not spiritual, you're not doing this, you're not doing it. You will get messages for you. This is why I go against a lot of people who, I have no respect for people on YouTube who are going against other people saying they're not this, they're not that, fake this, fake that, they're not spiritual, they're not in a community, they're not this. You will get messages for you and your realm that you're in, your life. Some messages you will share, I share a lot on here just because people will get what I'm saying, are not messages for others. Sometimes the messages for you and your life that you need to, like, I've been getting a lot of 17, and it's a lot to do with what I'm doing with my creative stuff, to say, don't be in fear, go ahead, any of them fears, take out of your head, you can do this. I know I can do it, I've just got to push myself. Some of these messages are not for other people. You get messages in a lot. Some I like to get them to share with people, but you will get messages from source because it channels through you when you're listening and when you're tuning in, for you, to take you where you need to be in your life, your destiny, your path, what you're supposed to do on your path isn't always the same as everybody else. So yeah, cut with the bullshit, because there's a lot of it out there. You know, they think you have to be some guru, this, that and the other. You're just listening to what's good for you in every way, shape or form. You will get channeled messages for yourself, you know. Because like I said, there's people that go around talking about other people. There's people that have talked about me, and that was 17 then. And they've never met me in real life. So how can you say somebody's doing something or someone is something if you've never met them in real life? It's bizarre. I find it bizarre. I find it absolutely batshit crazy. So, you know, you are from spirit. You are all spiritual. You don't need to go to, some people will, you'll go to certain things, like I went to Reiki, this, that and the other, to learn certain things when, well, I sort of already knew that. And everyone can heal themselves, but sometimes you might need help, or you might want to go and learn off someone because of something. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong for paying. There's nothing wrong in any of it. But you're not disconnected, and you never were, and you're not spiritual because you're not, I don't know, because you haven't got a crystal bowl, or you're not dressed a certain way, or you're in a high flying job. It doesn't, source doesn't not love people or not connect to people just because you work in a high flying job, or you're doing this or you're doing that. It connects to everybody. It's if you're listening at the end of the day. You will go through certain doors on the path that are not for you, and you think, oh, I'll turn this around. I wasn't listening. I knew I shouldn't have done that. Yeah, because source was telling you. Your angels were telling you. Someone put something up the other day about, I can't remember, it was an angel. And I said, I've always had an angel. My mum and my sister, we've always said it. We know we've got a guardian angel from an ancestor. That has always helped us, because we seem to get out of, so, I don't know, just mad things where you think, oh my God, that could have happened, but it doesn't. It's sort of kept us safe because maybe for certain ways we think, but we listen sometimes. So, you know, don't let anyone tell you you're not, or it's because you're not doing this, that and the other, or you speak a certain way, or you swear, or whatever it is. It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. You're not separate, you know what I mean? But why we're here, it's about you and where your life's taken you, your path's taken you, and now you're listening to those steps. It's not looking at others, slagging people off, trying to get all up in drama, because that ain't going to get you anywhere. That's not going to get you following your life's path. You need to work out what you want to do, why you're here, and how you want to be with that. Maybe the thing that you're putting out or doing, like, is that helping other people, or is it what's the word? Is it accumulating goodness? I don't know. But is it also giving you joy? People get so caught up in the dark side, the bad side. Oh, well, if you've got a business, it means you can't have money. No, dipshits, and I'm going to say this, it means some of these places that are high ups, it's not to do with businesses. We know some businesses are not what they say they are, these high elite businesses, corporations, and they're trafficking children. Not normal people, you know. It's like, some people need to just really take the head out of the sand sometimes, you know, and realise there's nothing wrong with setting a business up, doing this, that and the other, having money. Like Saturn said, hard work comes with abundance, comes with hard work. If you don't want to put the work into it, don't sit there moaning you haven't got anything if you're not chasing your dreams. You don't have to, but, you know, yeah, exactly. And a lot of people who call other people for not having stuff and say about oh, you don't need a lot, are normally the people who haven't got a lot because they're sitting in poverty because they don't go out doing stuff. So that's why they haven't got. It doesn't mean you're not allowed things. That's a big farce as well. So anyway, I'm going to go because I'm going to carry on with my bits and bobs and probably catch a good film after. I got through the whole series of the first one of Taboo. I really, really enjoyed it. I recommend it. It was really good with Tom Hardy in. And yeah. Well, I'm just gonna let my grey come in and see what goes on. Yeah, bits and bobs, so English. Yeah, so it's Sunday, your centre day. Honing your centre in because Sunday is all to do with you and your centre point. I hope you've all managed to get out in nature today because it was just beautiful. Like I said, messages I was getting is Gaia's fine, she's thriving, birds are out singing. Saw a bumblebee the other day. All the flowers were out, abundant all around. The crocuses are coming through. It's absolutely beautiful. And that's all I was thinking about was wow. The world is changing. Like I said, people can't see because they're watching the media. Don't get too frustrated. And I'm saying this, it is frustrating. Don't get too frustrated. Things are changing, and that's why all the shit's coming up, as I keep saying. But it's just a reminder to say, it's all good. What you need to do now is concentrate on you, why this is all going on, because it's happening anyway. It's happening whether you go on a protest. It's happening whether you scream and shout at people to wake up. It's happening anyway, and it's happening for the better. Just carry on watching the show. Keep your energy high and don't lower it. As soon as it goes down, bring it back up. And whatever you do, do not go into fear with anything that's going to come out in the next few weeks, days, weeks, months, this year, next year, whatever. I think someone said they're going to probably try other stuff, and there's going to be things. I'm not saying everything's fake or things aren't real, but just in the knowing of, we've been in this war. It's not World War III. We've been in it since God knows when. Keep your frequencies high and cut through the bullshit. I think lots is Mandela effect, so we can make changes. Yeah, the Mandela effect, there's been loads, and I think that was timeline changes personally, and the timelines have changed because you can tell with those Mandela, and you can tell the people who can't see the timelines changing of that and everything. But like I said, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Divine's got this in the bag, I would say. It's just watching it all. So yeah, and like I said, I only ever come on here to help raise people's vibrations. I don't go around pulling other people down, shout things out sometimes because people need to hear it who watch me. Raise the vibrations, even the trolls out there, do you know what I mean? So that's all I've ever done. So consistency is key. It's what I've always been saying. It's what I've always been doing. I sit up to the camera with a cup of tea so you can see the whites of my eyes and you can see me. I do not sit in the dark. I do not hide away. I do not go around saying I can't speak, I can't do this, because that's bullcrap. I speak my truth, all the things that I believe in. It's my realm and my beliefs. I'm just sharing. I've always sat up to the camera from day one, if you go back to my old videos, because I'm not in fear. And you can see me. I'm not hiding away. My eyes are not full of darkness. What more can I say? Just put it out there. There's a lot of people who want to cause drama. Drama is negativity. I just say to people, if you can't find the light within you to know what you love doing, I don't know, you need to find that and then pump that out, because you're going to help other people. Drama does not help anybody. Drama just keeps yourself in drama. It does, not your dharma, and the other people it keeps in drama as well who go to them sort of channels, and people thrive off it, and that's the same as mainstream media. So we're not in, like we said about 5D, that is a very old energy. And those sort of people will stay there because they're going about the split. It'll just split up. There'll be two more people in the 5D energies, in the raised energies, not even looking at that until they change. So remember, just keep raising your vibrations. Yeah, it feels right. It's normally a feeling, Angel. If you're not seeing it through different things that you might have seen, it's like the energies, the sky, like you've just got this feeling that something's changed and it feels good, even though there's bullshit, even though it, like a lot of people be going, oh my god, it's really fearing the world, there's war and all that. You're like, yeah, but there's something different. It feels a lot lighter, and I know we're going into the light now, which is good, dark to light, where people, it's easier for people to see. But yeah, it's dead hard to say as well, like, oh, there's all this shit going on in the world, but it's a beautiful place and great things are happening, even though it looks mad out there. But we all know that's bullshit, seen through the illusion. That's why you've just got to keep thinking. You know, Dorothy, the guy behind the curtain, he wasn't this big wizardy guy, wizard illusion, as in, what was that, like mainstream, wasn't it, putting all their advertising out, putting all the bullshit out, putting all the mainstream media news out all constantly all the time. But you're going to see a change in the media. Sky Australia are putting a lot of truths out. You're going to see the change. America's not doing a lot, but we know why, but other countries are. It's not like, then people go, well, I thought you said mainstream media were lying. Yeah, but it's going to break. It is breaking on different mainstream because they know they've got to do it. And if you put the right people in, or an energy gets changed over, like I said, it's not the technology that's bad, it's the people behind it. If that comes in as good people, you're going to see the change. So just hold on to that. And I will see you very soon. Like I said, once I get my website up, for any of you ladies out there, because it's going to be more children and ladies accessories, I will let you know, because it's easier to do that. But I will let you know because, yeah, I'm quite excited about that. My boyfriend's helping me, like I said. So thank you everyone for coming in from wherever you're from. And like I said, just keep standing strong. Get more caught up in now of the things that you like to do, and get more focused on that. Know that that's all there going on, but just get focused on good stuff, and don't forget to get your feet in the earth, on the grass, wherever. And I will see you very soon. Yeah, go in with an open mind. Exactly. It was out of fear. I've always said, oh, I'm going to do this, going to do that, and then I'd switch off to other things. Then I'm like, I think there was a niggling thing behind, like, oh, will it work? It's just like, well, I'm never going to know if I don't put it out there properly, thinking like I didn't need to put it out organised. But I guess I do, because if I'm more organised, that's why my fella's good at that sort of stuff. I am not, I admit it. It's going to keep me organised to do stuff and get them things back in. But like he's saying, you've got to work on this. And I'm like, okay, oh, my Piscean, what are you talking about? I'm creative, but I'm not good at that stuff. Maybe he'll become my manager. He's quite good like that. Does me head in sometimes, but he's a bit fixed. But he's a good guy. He's a good guy. We don't always agree on same opinions, and we do have a few trigger moments with certain stuff going on in the world. Because he did say something really bonkers today, but yeah, whatever. But then after, we're always like, oh yeah, anyway, it doesn't mean we're bad people. Do you know what I mean? On either side. So that's why, you know, it's not sides, but like I'm saying, the truth has to be told of what is going on, because people are taking sides and division, saying it's that when it's not, because it's not really sides and it's not the people. But anyway, not going into that. I'm just saying, shit's happening, more shit's going to happen, it's going to get more tense, you're going to get triggered. Learn how to balance your energies and your emotions, because it's all going off your emotions and your energy. Alchemy, go within when all the shit's going, and just think, I'm not gonna get triggered. Not saying you won't, because we're just human as well. We're spiritual and human at the same time, so the human side of you will get triggered. Just know that's okay. It's okay. And I will see you very soon. Bye. And if anyone wants to comment later as well. But thank you for all the beautiful comments. I will come in at one, but I'll have to come in again to have a proper chat with you all, into chat, and sit with you into chat. I'm just rushing because I've got stuff to do. But that's how I get it all out at the same time. But my energy is very like blah, 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 blah today, because everything's coming in. So I will see you soon. Thanks for coming in. And all the newbies, because I've seen a few newbies and some people have been sharing stuff as well. Thank you. Where we go on, we go on. See you soon. Bye.